Picture this. A campfire flickers, shadows dance, and you're surrounded by friends on a school field trip. The day was laughter and snacks, but as night falls, the air grows tense. Tonight you're not just watching, you're stepping into the shoes of students whose field trips turned into nightmares. These are true stories, whispered warnings passed down through generations. So pull your sleeping bag close, because sometimes the scariest things happen when you least expect them. It was supposed to be a normal, uneventful day at the City Museum, a place of history and quiet contemplation. Little did anyone suspect, the day would soon take a turn towards the unsettling and the inexplicable. The grand halls, usually filled with the soft murmur of visitors, were about to become the stage for a chilling encounter. As the guided tour progressed, a few students, driven by curiosity and perhaps a touch of teenage rebellion, slipped away from the group. They sought a thrill, a secret adventure within the museum's walls, unaware of the true secrets that lay hidden. Their destination, the forbidden basement gallery, a place whispered about in hushed tones by museum staff, a place off limits to the public. It was a space shrouded in mystery, rumored to house artifacts too strange or too disturbing for regular display. Down the creaking stairs, each step echoing in the oppressive silence, they ventured deeper into the museum's underbelly. The air grew heavy, thick with the scent of dust and decay, a palpable sense of something ancient and unseen. With every step further down, the air turned icy, a sudden and unnatural drop in temperature that sent shivers down their spines. It was as if they were entering a different realm, a place where the laws of nature held little sway. The beam of their flashlights cut through the gloom, revealing rows of antique dolls, their porcelain faces eerily illuminated in the darkness. They were arranged in glass cases, their vacant stares fixed on some unseen point in the distance. Alongside the dolls hung cracked portraits, their canvases marred by time and neglect. The faces within seemed to peer out from another era, their expressions frozen in moments of sorrow, anger, or perhaps even madness. It felt as if the eyes in the portraits and the dolls were following their every move, a silent, unnerving observation that made the students increasingly uneasy. They couldn't shake the feeling that they were not alone. Suddenly, a rhythmic tapping echoed through the gallery, a distinct and deliberate sound that broke the oppressive silence. It seemed to be coming from within the walls themselves, a ghostly percussion that set their nerves on edge. One student, braver or perhaps more foolish than the others, peered into a dusty display case, hoping to identify the source of the unsettling noise. He strained his eyes, trying to penetrate the gloom within. As he gazed into the glass, a shadowy figure appeared in the reflection behind them, a fleeting glimpse of something dark and indistinct. It was there for only a moment, but it was enough to send a wave of terror through the group. Panic seized them. They raced for the stairs, their hearts pounding in their chests, desperate to escape the oppressive atmosphere of the basement gallery. The tapping grew louder, closer, as if whatever was making the sound was now in pursuit. But to their horror, the door at the top of the stairs was locked, barring their escape. They rattled the handle, pounded on the wood, but it wouldn't budge. They were trapped. The tapping grew louder, closer, resonating through the basement. It was almost upon them. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the door creaked open, revealing the silhouette of the museum guide. Her face was pale, etched with a fear that mirrored their own. "You shouldn't be down here," she whispered, her voice trembling. "Some things are best left undisturbed." Back in the relative safety of the main hall, they glanced back towards the basement entrance, their nerves still frayed. Just in time to see the shadowy figure from the display case fade into the darkness, disappearing as if it were never there at all. Adding to the unsettling nature of the experience, every photo taken in the basement was corrupted, the images distorted and unusable. In each corrupted image a dark shape lurked, a mysterious figure that seemed to defy explanation, a chilling reminder of what they had encountered. The museum, in an official statement, attributed the events to a trick of the light, a simple explanation for a far more complex and disturbing reality. But the students, forever marked by their experience, never returned to the museum, forever haunted by the secrets they had unearthed in the forbidden basement gallery. Deep in the woods, where ancient trees clawed at the inky sky and shadows danced with a life of their own, a group of students, eager for adventure and the camaraderie of the wilderness, camped under the stars. They huddled around a crackling campfire, its flickering light pushing back the encroaching darkness, sharing stories and laughter, unaware of the secrets the forest held. As the fire began to dwindle, casting long, distorted shadows, Evan, ever the helpful one, volunteered to wander off in search of more firewood, a decision that would forever alter the course of that night. He ventured into the trees, and vanished. The darkness seemed to swallow him whole, as if the forest itself had reached out and claimed him. Minutes stretched into hours, each tick of the clock amplifying the growing sense of dread and unease among the remaining campers. The forest swallowed their desperate calls, their voices lost in the rustling leaves and the hooting of unseen owls, offering no solace, no answers. Every snapped twig underfoot felt like a warning, a sinister whisper carried on the wind, fueling their fear and paranoia. Frantic search parties armed with flashlights that cut feeble swaths through the oppressive darkness combed the undergrowth, their hopes dwindling with each passing moment. But Evan was gone, seemingly erased from existence, leaving behind only unanswered questions and a chilling sense of mystery. His tent remained untouched, a silent testament to his sudden disappearance, its emptiness a stark reminder of the void he had left behind. As dawn broke, painting the sky in hues of gray and pale pink, offering a sliver of hope amidst the despair, they found him curled at the base of a gnarled, ancient tree, its roots digging deep into the earth like grasping claws. He was shivering uncontrollably and utterly confused, his eyes wide with a terror that transcended understanding. He remembered only a shadowy figure, tall and gaunt, beckoning him deeper into the woods with a silent promise, its voice, though unheard, echoing in his mind like a haunting melody, a siren's call leading him astray. The teachers, shaken to their core by the inexplicable events, packed up the campsite with a haste born of fear, vowing never to return to that cursed place. Evan, forever changed by his experience, never spoke of that night, the memory locked away in the deepest recesses of his mind. But students still whisper about the boy who disappeared into the woods, swallowed by the darkness, his name a cautionary tale whispered around campfires, and the thing, the entity, the presence, that brought him back, leaving everyone to wonder what price he paid for his return. It was supposed to be a fun, educational day, a welcome break from the classroom. On a field trip to a state park, a dare fueled by youthful bravado and a thirst for adventure led a handful of students off the main, well-trodden trail, venturing into the unknown depths of the woods. The woods grew darker with each step they took, the sunlight struggling to penetrate the dense canopy above, and a tall, unnervingly thin shadow trailed just out of sight. A fleeting glimpse here, a suggestion of movement there, always there, a constant, unsettling presence, never close enough to identify, never quite gone enough to dismiss. A biting cold crept in, chilling them to the bone. Whispers and heavy breathing followed, seemingly from all directions, amplifying their growing fear. Paths twisted and turned, becoming a labyrinth of trees and undergrowth. Familiar landmarks vanished, swallowed by the oppressive woods, leaving them utterly disoriented. Panic, raw and primal, began to set in, gripping them with icy fingers. In a desperate act of defiance, a rock thrown at the encroaching shadow passed harmlessly through empty air, offering no resistance, no impact, but a guttural growl, deep and resonant, shook the very ground beneath their feet, confirming their deepest fears. They ran, driven by pure, unadulterated terror, the shadow gliding silently and effortlessly behind, a predator toying with its prey. Bursting onto the main trail, gasping for air and sanity, teachers found them shaken and breathless, babbling incoherently about what they had witnessed. No one, not a single adult, believed their fantastical story of shadows and growls. Some, desperate to move on, tried to bury the memory, to convince themselves it was just a figment of their overactive imaginations. Others, however, still wake at night in a cold sweat, certain the shadow is watching, its unseen eyes fixed upon them, from the edge of the yard, lurking just beyond the reach of the porch light. The shadow was never seen again by anyone else, at least, not that they admitted. But those who saw it, those who felt its chilling presence, never truly felt safe again, forever haunted by the shadow in the woods. If these stories chilled you, you're not alone. Field trips can turn from fun to unforgettable horror in a heartbeat. Have your own creepy tale? Share it in the comments, and keep the campfire stories alive. Don't forget to subscribe for more terrifying tales and unsolved mysteries. Until next time, keep your flashlight close and trust your instincts. Because you never know what's waiting just beyond the firelight.